Good morning, it's Monday again. We're in here looking at Cody's clones. Gotta say they're looking pretty good. Got some no joke, some roots. Peat moss this time.
Sprayed with diluted alcohol while I took it all. Be afraid of anything. The plant can handle anything, I can tell you that. Don't be afraid to try whatever you want, whatever you see. Getting back to the peat moss should bring back some of the rigidity and vigor. Gonna try to get these moms, got all the moms recycled. Try to get them back in some sort of living soil. Get back to my roots, because I love white roots. But get back to it. Get that microbial life involved in your life, the plant's life. Things will obviously go a lot better. To be too clean is a thing.
Too clean a cocoa,
Yep.
too dirty.
That's why I can see how they will just go right into rock wool.
With hypo and bleach and all the...
I mean, cocoa is messy. You know, you can clean these rooms or clean this bedroom, and as soon as you bust one of these bags open, it's everywhere. It looks like we haven't cleaned this place in weeks. It's messy.
It's cleaned all the time.
Yeah, it gets too clean. You know, so the cleaner the plant, the weaker the plant.
We got some moonbow. Those are looking awesome. No roots quite yet on there. Looking good. Done the defoliations on the Mac.
Twice already.
Oh yeah.
And they need it again.
I can feel myself getting complacent with the Thrip because they are looking so amazing.
I've been strategically putting them on the Mac, on the Mai Tai, on the other Mac. The majority of them where the problems are, but I mean that's a very bottom leaf. And very minimal damage. The ladybugs did their job while holiday.
But is that one or is that just a piece of something?
I think that's just a piece of something. Nothing's moving.
Nice. Nice.
Now, I'm sure if we look, we could probably find one.
That's what worries me about my personal confidence.
It's pretty good though. I mean, it's way down on the bottom, way in the middle of the table. If they were here like they were before, these plants would be destroyed because me and Josh haven't been here for 3 days. Oh, there's one right there, sucker.
Oh yeah.
Bang! Mechanical's just as good as everything else. Obviously they're in here because there's damage, but if we had a problem, there'd probably be 1 or 2 on every leaf down there.
Yeah.
Nice, good defoliation will help that. Get a bucket.
Yeah, looking great. Looking freaking fantabulous. Well, it's awesome to have some success there. Stay away from cocoa clones for a minute. Got the Lemon Jeffrey Mai Tai, day 49. Pretty happy with this room. Coming along pretty good. Leaves are fading down nicely. Like to see that light green, yellow, maybe slightly deficient, but not too worried about it really, because got some here that are nice dark green. And the leaves that are fading are really old, should have been defoliated weeks ago. Buds are looking awesome. The lemon Jeffrey's got that pine cone sort of looking bud. You can see it's pretty prominent there. Also got a little bit of a more rounded calyx. If you've seen Rasta Jeff's clone, this is the one that he's got. His calyx is looking a lot like that. Our version of that is like a funky lemon candy. More on the candy, less on the lemon. More familiar with these smaller ones. Got a real strong astringent lemon. Can't wait to try this one out. Get nice panic attacks from the sativa qualities that it has. Like sitting on the couch and smoking some lemon Jeffrey. Start getting anxious, freaking out. Mai Tais also looking really good. This is the table that got bombarded by thrip a little bit harder than would like. But looking at it, I think the problem is fixed. Just a little bit of damage happening. This table over here hasn't seen the bug damage. Got the dense trichome rails. I'd say this is the strongest smelling Mai Tai that we've grown.
Dude, I think having these lights down below has done something.
I think it's helped.
Like almost everything in the whole building. Just looking at that map one too. Everything looks just a little bit more frostier because it's been cooler in here in the whole building. Now I've got all the lights plugged back in.
These trichome rails are just insane. Day 33 in here with the Mac 1 and Lemon Jeffrey. The Mac 1 in here is looking awesome. Getting blown by the fan pretty good. Lemon Jeffrey is looking spectacular as well. You can see the bug damage. Pretty minimal. Act like that's a surprise. And it's not a surprise. Just the way it should be. But with what we've seen, a little bit of thrip damage. That is a little parasitic wasp of some kind. We did not introduce them. They came in with one of the things that we're getting. Not sure exactly what. You can see his little wasp looking thing. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. Haven't done much research on it. No idea what he's after. I think I posted a picture of one of them long time ago. Probably 10, 20 weeks ago or so. Kind of looks like a fungus gnat from the distance. But some sort of wasp. Mac 1 looking awesome. Just kind of blown away by how it's growing. stretching out actually. Got that proper stretch happening. They drink about half the amount of everything else, and watering it too many times makes it go into the generative growth phase, tightens the nodes up, and makes it so you can't get this nice stretch. Still makes awesome bud. But this one, can't wait to see what it's going to do here in the next couple weeks. Zero pesticides, minimal bug damage. That is a win right there. Lemon Jeffrey, start bulking up. Looking at that other room. You can expect the same here in the next couple weeks. Got all the fans raised. Staying on top of it. Got the dehumidifier set pretty low. Still about 60. And for the quote-unquote Charlotte's Web, 20% THC. World-renowned. And the Paradise Pine, day 8. You can see the pre-flowers showing up. Looks like they've been fed pretty hard or not drying down properly. One of the two. Not drying down properly, maybe. Looking awesome. Bug damage is like zilch. See any bugs? There's one. So I got my wash hose. So I cleaned my wash hose pretty good last week. Stay on top of the washes, can't get complacent. Talking about that earlier. Been tired, holiday week. So gotta get on it. Lastly, to catch up this morning, got this room to finish, got all the lights done, everything on the ceilings taken care of. So now, whatever fans are left, finish the tables, walls. So we'll be able to move in, have more room for activities, more clones to transplant, see how crazy we can get this. It'll be awesome. Alright, mostly got the room cleaned. Cody just finished spraying the tables down one last time with hypo. Wipe them down with alcohol. Hypo is everything that sanitizes everything. Get this cleaned out, got the waters set up. Talking about this, day 49, not sure what day we're gonna harvest it. Maybe as early as Friday. I'm gonna try to come in here and get some of these leaves defoliated as they should have been. I think we mostly know what we want to do for our harvest now. As Cody showed you the last time, we're dunking in a tub. The last couple harvests, we've decided to do that regardless of how they looked or anything, because even though everything looks clean and we wash the plants off, you'd be surprised how much dust gets on there. Like, I'd recommend even at home to consider washing. There were some times at home I washed and the water comes out looking pretty nasty. You would expect that on outdoor plants, but unless your inside is completely pressurized with filtered air, it's definitely got dust. Like, you can see how much dust gets on stuff hanging on the walls and whatnot over the course of a couple months. So Gonna show you more of that, trying to figure out some sort of way to skim the water as we're going. Might have something built here. Need to get on that. But this crop is looking freaking fantabulous. As you can see, doesn't have trichome rails like some of the other ones do. But if you've ever had lemon Jeffrey, you know. This one is a staple for my life. And I'm really honored that we could be growing it here. Of course, got to give a big shout out to Rasta Jeff. I know he's got clones for sale of this, but also note that they are sold out most of the time. So, gotta be checking pretty frequently, try to get some lemon Jeffrey. I know he's made a couple variations of seeds. Most definitely check that out if you like sativas. This one will get you off the couch, or you're gonna have to sit there being super anxious, wondering what the hell is wrong. So shout out to Rasta Jeff. My Skittle. Take a look again. This is looking some of the best we've ever had. These plants are pretty small. Terps on them are insanity. So I guess we'll just have to see what they're looking like and make a decision later. I suppose that about wraps it up today. Might get the plants moved in the room. Not sure. Need to get the waters mixed up after the weekend. Girls have been fed hard in some rooms, and I guess we're getting ready to harvest the room next door, so we'll just have to see. I don't know yet. It's Monday.
All right, guys. Coming up on the end of the day here, Monday. Made some decisions at Bad River Farms. Gonna hold over the Paradise Pine, and no joke, because of my clone failure, which Mr. Sparkle showed you the clones this morning. Had a good little talk about them. They're in peat moss now again, doing fantastic so far. First time, usually when you switch, first 5 or 6 times usually when you switch are perfect. But anyways, I failed on these, no joke, Paradise Pine. We're gonna hold them back, top them, knock them back down, go with the Mac 1. I got these cleaned up here so they can go into the next room, which we spent most of the day today cleaning. We've really got our lights down low over the Mac lately. Seems to be helping. Like I said, 3rd time I've defoliated these plants, and they're, shit, I don't know, 16 inches tall, some of them, most of them. There's a couple other shorties in there, but got them cleaned up so you can see just a little bit better down in the hole down in there. There was a little more thrip damage over here towards the end. Seemed like a little bit more over in this area, but got to mechanically get them leaves out of there like Mr. Sparkles has said before. The eggs are microscopic. They chew into the cell of the plant. Here's the 10 Gs that's going to go with it. So obviously we're going to be about a week and a half to 2.5 weeks behind, depending on how they handle their new environment. More ladybugs are on the way. We'll keep ordering them every week. Definitely helping the situation with the wash, the mechanical, dealing with 144 plants in 4 rooms, and keeping this bedroom on the schedule that it has to be kept on is absolutely insane. You have to keep your head on a swivel. There's probably 500 plants in this room right now, not including the clones. See what's happening. Got to move that out. This room is clean, sprayed down, getting the environment warmed back up a little bit. All the lights are on in here for now. Might pull them down a little bit again every other one. The plants seem to really be liking these cooler temperatures. Water's full, kind of overflowing. Dustin, what are you trimming?
Dark Hollow.
The Dark Hollow from Irie Genetics. Dustin's the man. Always in here handling it. See what Mr. Sparkles is doing. Cleaning, washing. Anything to say this afternoon, Mr. Sparkles?
Just cleaning the floor back here.
Looking good, looking good. Cleaning up that citric acid. It's the Lemon Jeffrey and Mac 1. Been doing a little bit of selecting on the genos and phenos that this thing produces. It's kind of weird. Its environment, it will or does have quite the genetic drift. It can grow real short and stack tight nodes, or it can get kind of tall and lanky like this, a little more spaced out. Thanks everybody. Like and subscribe. Endless Genetics, Bad River fam, will do another giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. Help us get there. Love you guys. Good morning everybody. Just getting in this morning. Give you some first looks at the bedroom. It's Tuesday. Some of these Paradise Pines are really taking off. Bug damage looking good. Give you a first look at these clones. No joke. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. See little roots on there? 12. All 12 of them fuckers have roots. 12 for 12. Obviously some have developed a little bit better roots, but let's see here. Doesn't look like those three have any at all. Sorry about the camera action, but so right now 3 out of that tree. Ooh, that's a bad tree, it looks like. They're just little roots. Looks like we're missing 2 of them in that one. It's 5. In the peat moss again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, 6 out of 48. 42 clones. Let them all get some air again this morning. And you can really tell which ones don't have roots, because they will wilt almost immediately. Paradise Pine, Paradise Pine. All the new bombs. Another day. We better get some watering done.
Good morning, it's Tuesday. Waterings are good so far, so in here, cleaning this side of the room. Got that side of the room yesterday. Girls on this side are looking awesome. Go back here, check on the infamous back corner. Not too bad, can't complain. From where we've been, I gotta say that looks mighty fine. So I'm just gonna clean this up, make it look pretty in here.
Got the veg room watered real quick. Didn't water these yet, or the 10Gs, because I'm gonna move them first, but look at these truffle cakes. 5-6 days already. Starting to worry me here. I don't see a fucking root one. Oh, I take that back. There's a little one. That's on one of the moon bows though. Grab the pH pen and check that out. Alright, got these lemon cherry gelato times trop cherry, the California Legacy, working with Huckleberry Hill Farms. Tangled Roots is who I got them through. I got 18 of them seeds. I got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 of them to successfully, can't talk, germinate. They're doing pretty good. Been feeding them pretty much from day one. We've been feeding pretty heavy lately. Everything in here super sticky. Even that Mac 1 yesterday. Started trying to defoliate it with no gloves and had to go wash my hands with 91% alcohol. And then I put gloves on. Also got some Holly G regs from Chad Westport. Somebody he's working on. I haven't done my homework on these yet. I need to do something. It's getting about time to start studying them and see what's happening. But reg seeds, probably just transplant them into 6-inch blocks and flower them. See what happens. Same thing if I got 18 of them seeds. I'm saying that because I can't remember. I got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them to germinate. One of them's really trying. So, solid 11 of them. Soaking them in a diluted peroxide mix. But, alright, I got a lot to do. Tuesday, better get my ass to work. Alright, guys. Don't know how much you've heard on our Charlotte's Web debacle. Haha, no pun intended, sir. But Soup the Gardener, J.R.R. Token had a podcast and had our COA on their screen for 20 some odd minutes. We were told to instantly remove everything from social media by the lab that we go to. So, talking with Soup, talking with JR, went through Hoku Seeds, got Ada's code as a replacement for it, got them in a hydrogen peroxide RO mix, soaking, gonna let them soak until they start sprouting, and then plant them directly in peat moss for the time being. Really great seed company. Thanks for all the information, guys. They sent a bunch of free Illumi OG. I don't even know how many seeds are in there. I didn't even count these. The things were just packed full of them, man. And then I went ahead and I got growers. Scratch that. Take two. Got the Growers Love collection. So, might give one of these away in the giveaway. Who knows? But went ahead and got all their stuff. Been talking to JR a little bit about his clones. Was upfront about everything, told him everything. We just don't have very good luck with clones in our facility coming from other states. Environment, I don't know what it is. I don't even know where to look at on this damn thing, but anyways. I might get 5 or 6 of them, keep them at home for a while, keep them quarantined, see how things go, but like I said, we've never had good luck with clones. One failure after another. Probably not anybody's fault. I've sent clones out that have not survived myself, so a lot of people have good luck with it. Might just be our environment. Get into explaining that a little bit more. We call ourselves commercial, but we're just medical. We're not really commercial anything. Super professional about what we do. Just 3 home growers doing the medical thing through the state. Always flooding the floor with RO water. But
All right, got everything moved into here. Got the tiny 10 Gs. Veg for a little minute in here. And the Mac 1 been growing pretty good. We just don't have enough Paradise Pine or No Joke right now to make this work, so 10 Gs is a pretty big plant. Bug damage is minimal in here, which is awesome. The best way to start. Got some more space for activities in here. Cody's been working on the transplants for the No Joke. Get that figured out. Don't know what I'm saying. Got a bunch of delicious clones there. Paradise Pine, No Joke. Cody was saying might have another Paradise Pine room after this. Alrighty then, it is Wednesday. Got moved in here yesterday. Been dialing in the waters after the weekend. Cody's been busy in here. Got some of the transplants taken care of that were missing for the No Joke. He was saying the Paradise Pine are doing well. Looks like some of the seeds here. What do we got going on?
Holly G, nothing about yet. Mr. Westport, I apologize. You need to start doing some homework. And the California Legacy Lemon Cherry Gelato and Tropicana Cherry, purchased those through Huckleberry Hills.
Some exciting genetics right here.
Getting everything into peat moss from the new. Try to get our moms back into peat moss and some sort of living microbial life.
Got these genetics straight from the breeder, so no issues with that. Like we've seen with the Charlotte's Web. It's gonna be a controversy that we can keep running for a while, I think.
Oh yeah.
Tell me not to talk about it. It's a terrible thing to do. Should have told me to, just talk about it a ton. Maybe I ought to stop talking about it.
The reverse psychology. I don't know, man. There's just so many variables, so many opinions out there. Take a deep breath. Don't fucking think you know everything. That's all I got to say. Fuck.
Oh, golly, dude. I was listening to Brandon Rust with Full Crop Sciences, and reminds me of how much I have to learn. He was talking about amino acids and stuff, and just, wow.
It's something new every day. Maybe not at home, but with 1,000 fucking plants, your head has to be on a swivel. It's a new challenge every day. It's a new set of skills every fucking day. Hell, you've never seen me throw sulfur in that cocoa, but look what I'm doing.
Dude,
I tried something new today.
I honestly was thinking last night that I contribute the sulfur dunk to the terpenes that we have right now. I honestly, that's...
I believe that there's already podcast out about it. I can't remember who was talking about how sulfur is going to bring out that shit terp. It's going to bring out that funk. It's going to bring out that other shit, and which makes sense, because if you think about what was happening in nature, the fires and everything, the sulfur, the ash, it just makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah.
I was always told sulfur would solve all our problems from somebody that had their own organic farm.
Yep. Successful
farm.
From nothing to...
10-foot tomato plants producing 5 pounds of tomatoes each, you know.
Heck yeah, sulfur is your friend.
Yep.
Can be nervous doing things to plants, but they can handle a lot.
Okay. Hit them with a 2x4 was my motto when we were outside a lot.
Oh yeah, yep. That's an inside joke, but seen 2x4s fall on the plants and plant does better than ever.
The strongest plant I ever seen, I stepped on every single day walking through the door.
Yeah.
Of one of the greenhouses.
That was something we didn't show because we weren't taking videos, but we stepped on an awful lot of plants on purpose.
Just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
Just to,
strengthen them up.
I've done some shit to these plants that I've buried more weed than most of you motherfuckers have smoked.
It's so sad.
It is. I had to hire an excavator to bury so much fucking weed one year.
Oh. This is ridiculous.
Finished up tagging those.
The ladybugs have been congregating back here.
In the shade.
Yeah, I'd assume that we'd see a juvenile at some point. But bug damage is looking freaking fantabulous. Like,
They're definitely procreating. Not their...
Like you've seen these moms back here just chilling, haven't done anything with them. If there were lots of problems, they'd definitely have it. The moms back here just absolutely chilling, neglecting them. And it shows. Maybe a little bit of overwatering here. Something. But the type of neglect that would just be horrendous to look in here. If there was a thrip issue, it would be horrendous, let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. Right there. Daggon's telling you what.
Alright guys, it's Wednesday morning, about 10 a.m. Got the Paradise Pine and the No Joke Catch Me Up clones transplanted. Some cocoa on there. Got the rest of them topped yesterday. Need to come through, do a defole. But with the extras I took, looks like I will possibly have another half a room of Paradise Pine just because. Got a new mom recycled. And I've got 6 of our moms, 2 each. Cloned into cocoa, transplanted into 6-inch cocoa. Gonna see if we can get some rigidity back, some vigor back. Strengthen these plants up a little bit. Try to keep our moms some sort of living soil, hopefully. All right, like and subscribe. Have a great day. Have a great rest of the week. See you guys in the live chats. Love you. Thank you.
Been a minute since I've washed, trying to wash less. Got beneficial insects on the way, so gonna wash these young rooms. All right, just the normal washing them down with Josh's wash, potassium citrate. Really can't believe that this technique wasn't figured out. The reason facilities spray 3 times a week is because they literally cannot risk not doing so. When we got the powdery mildew infestation this last time, we had known we could deal with it, so we screwed around for 4 weeks, trying, not minimal effort, but I never moved to the emergency wash ratios, which are a little bit stronger. Once I did that, powdery mildew was completely gone from the facility within 2 weeks. That included the room of Moose Bow, where we were able to pheno hunt the powdery mildew resistant strains out of there. So with getting that the hell out of the building and being able to get all the younger stuff cleaned, just powdery mildew gone. Our standard wash schedule is once a week, which 1 time a week versus 3, I'm telling you, the word needs to get out, because these facilities could incorporate something like this, because at a price 1/10 of the cost or less even, and only having to do it, once, maybe twice a week, the labor and cost makes it worth checking into. You need to get with Gabe. Gabe, if you watch this, reach out to me, because we're on to something here. I didn't want to call it the Josh's Wash at the beginning. I didn't for a while. Cody and Rob and all them were calling it that. And then I just saw, like some big company coming in here and swooping, shutting that shit down. So it's called the Josh's Wash, but have literally sold 0 amount of it because it's unethical to do so. Need community recommendations about how to go with that, because I know you guys could benefit from this, and just totally screws up the price. So it's best if y'all go get like a pound of each and make it your own. Probably costs the same then too. It's just shipping is just, it's just, I'm telling you what, a lot of conversations we could have. Like the second I put that in a bottle, it's like instantly $30, and I don't think that's like much profit at all, because of the bottle container, the shipping and handling. Life's crazy. Life is crazy. Economics is crazy. Saw the thing on Elon Musk talking about 2 guys walking down the trail, stumble upon a pile of shit, and the guy's like, I'll give you $100 to eat that. He's like, okay. So he eats it, gets $100, and away they go. Come up upon another pile of shit, and the guy's like, I'll bet you $100 to eat that. And the guy eats it and gets his $100. They're walking down, they're like, we got the freaking exact same amount of money, and we both ate a pile of shit. And yippers. But thank God we stimulated the economy by $200, so there we go, folks. Economics 101 is just bullshit eating contest. So it's been a while since I've washed this room. The Mac 1 is extremely resistant. We've had it next to failed crops, and it just kicks butt. It will get out of control if you let it. If you neglect her, she'll get sad. But if you just give her like just the right amount of love, which literally is not as much as some of these other ones require, she'll take care of you. Lemon Jeffrey looking about the same. That's a tried and true strain all over the nation and medical markets. Shout out to Rasta Jeff, done his homework. Pretty much with the terps and all that, I have assumed that it's bug resistant and mold resistant, and it's looking good. Looking good. This room is fed a little bit harder than the other one. That's fine. I prefer to chase Lemon Jeffrey down with nutrients. For some reason, performs good. If you overfeed her, she will get funky looking. That's one I've seen really changes the shape when it gets overfed. It's day 51 in here, I believe. The Mai Tai Skittles. Which I apologize for how good as that is. I don't know much about the breeder or anything. Just the sunglasses on sort of conversation. Tired. Just life has got us all. I'm sure there's quite a bit of stories out there that y'all could share. I hope y'all are hanging in there, because our time is coming. I've just been ridiculously blessed by having this opportunity in such a small town. But I'm not any different than you guys. Just like learning. I know everybody watching here likes learning. Whether you like it or not, you're cultivating yourself. This plant does something to a person. They call it the gateway drug. And another thing about reality is lying is like actually pretty freaking difficult. Statements usually are true in some fashion. And it is a gateway drug to higher states of consciousness. That's why it's illegal. Because they do not want that. Because from what we talked about earlier, like clearly, like it's proven in the geometry, the math, that where vibration is vibrating, take a look at this Lemon Jeffrey. Looking good. Not sure what the trichomes are looking like, but visually it's looking like it's getting there. A little bit of a foxtaily one. There's 2 or 3 cultivars here. If you're familiar with Rasta Jeff's, that's the calyx structure of his. This one is ridiculously funky to be called a Lemon Jeffrey. Got that Golden Goat funk in it. Woo-wee. Golden Goat is a stanker. Lemon Jeffrey does not like to be hit by the wind. Just see the wind damage there. I think it feeds pretty heavy on the calcium. I don't supplement any calcium in the feeds, but that's like the first thing to show up and be like, hey, I just ain't real happy right now. Got that table defoliated the day that I said I was gonna do it. This one was done earlier, looking pretty good. Just saying that because this is kind of what it was looking like. My mold fan leaves. Saying that this is mold resistant. I believe so. And let me tell you what, the truth of a commercial facility will make you sick, brother and sister. Friends and family, let me tell you what. We're able to do some pretty crazy things here because of the contamination sources that we have. My plan for the future is to run a contaminated research facility. Unless we get it all figured out before then. So, what is it? If the cultivars in this facility are not mold resistant, they will get moldy. It is extremely hard, I've told you, to run a plant to 63, 70 days in a facility like this. The drug dealers have mentioned building rooms specific for the hard problem child. Tell you what, I got a wedding cake video to release my video taking skills, mixed with the stress levels at the time and all that. Aren't super great, so I'm not sure how that video is going to turn out, but we had to totally throw away a wedding cake crop, and we've grown that thing a ton, but just in this environment, it doesn't work. Like the blueberry train mac has been bred a bunch. There's controversy on, how great the higher foliar generations are, but should have worked out pretty good, especially feeding it max strength at day 6 after it popped. You'd think it would have been strong. The Moonbow times Blueberry Train Mac did not like that first heavy feed, and now they're looking better than ever in our facility. They're just doing their thing, full neglect mode. Tell you what, even when I got my sunglasses with me, I usually have them on my head because I like looking you in the eye when I talk to you. It's just my head hurts, my heart's been hurting. So, love hanging out with you guys. Shout out to Chief in Session. Love hanging out there. Just a good time to smoke with some friends. This community is saving people's lives. Shout out to this community, y'all. The Mai Tai Skittles, looking great. Very thrip resistant. The other table got hammered pretty good there early on. So, we put ladybugs in here a bunch. I don't know where they're gone to, if they're hiding or in the fans. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't know if you can see it, might be a little dark. They're hiding up in there. Gonna be keeping our eyes out for juveniles. Because one thing about a facility spraying pesticides, using beneficials do not like that. This wash is proven outside. There's some videos I took last year of washing the plants, and you see like 50 to 100 lacewings fly off of it. This wash controls powdery mildew outdoors like you wouldn't believe. So we're just kind of looking at the thrip damage over here. And this wash has kept thrip down for a year. Maybe not quite, maybe like 6 to 8 months. Look at how beautiful that is. That's what happens when the roots get all messed up, can't feed, dying leaves, sadness. Contradictions in life. This plant is dying. Look how beautiful it is. Yes. So this wash works better in your garden on cucumber and squash plants than it does on cannabis. And it's worked in here for everything. Like spider mites, I couldn't even imagine they could stand a chance. That doesn't mean it's smooth sailing. Unfortunately, every day is a new problem. Cody was just saying, like, it's just a new thing to overcome. And let me tell you, your problems seed your inspiration. If it wasn't for the massive powdery mildew, literally running out of options and laying in bed crying about it being over, wouldn't have Hail Mary, potassium bicarbonate, and citric acid together. That's a fact. So, sometimes it's gotta, be worst case scenario for that seed to sprout. Golly. The days I walk can be hard, but I've seen the miracles firsthand. And it's made me wonder, like back when I was budgeting and on top of everything, no need to see a miracle when you don't need one. But when you need them, you see them, like it's totally real. I don't know the ultimate truths. I know one ultimate truth is light is non-local. It is not dependent of its source. Like these lights, the photons that are hitting the plants are not dependent of that light source. Somehow it just is. They filtered light out completely and filtered it back in. There was a Nobel Prize won on it a couple years ago. That's something that hasn't been talked about because the light doesn't shine on you, you are it. Kind of makes me wonder if photons aren't stationary and matter's the one moving, given mass and all that. Things moving create mass. Photons are moving, quote unquote, but aren't generating mass. Doesn't make any sense. It's looking freaking great. I don't know if we're gonna harvest this week or next week. Because one thing you gotta know is a plant might be completely freaking susceptible of everything through day 56, but can it make it to day 63? And you know, on good strains, we've seen issues. A couple things that we haven't talked about that we're gonna, it's just, I gotta back test myself, see what's up, you know, because these conversations are important to have. They're extremely hard to have. Like this moonbow crop that we just harvested, it started off pretty struggly, and then it turned out to be one of the better crops. It wasn't overwatered it wasn't underwatered a single time, which creates the overwatering. And like the grow before that, you saw it flopped over, and it got 9,000 out of 10,000 on the yeast mold test. So if your plant gets some sort of like hiccup, like drying out, flops over, it's lost things in its life. I wish I could talk better sometimes. Let's see. Standing with the Lemon Jeffrey, just taking a looky-loo, seeing how it looks, I suppose. Yesterday we were getting more into the truthiest of truths. And today I wanted to talk about Zero Tall and the evolution of spraying in flower. There aren't many products that you can use in flower. Lost Coast Plant Therapy is one of them, it says on the label there. Zero Tall you can use in flower, and largely is what is used to combat powdery mildew. But it, like everything else, is a preventative. So if you're dealing with a contamination, you really got a problem on your hands. I'd have to say Zero Tall is pretty good in the fact that it has absolutely zero residue, but it is really strong smelling and caustic. It will hurt you. I've heard of people having to use it as much as every day in a commercial facility because it doesn't really control the problem once the problem is there. Unlike the Josh's Wash, that mixture of potassium bicarbonate and citric acid completely eliminates and controls powdery mildew. Unless the cultivar is far too susceptible, which is not really likely that you'll find out there unless you're doing pheno hunts yourself and happen to get powdery mildew. Home is awesome. It's an overall powdery mildew free environment. Mac 1 over here is doing frickin' fantabulous. As always, show her a little bit of love. A little bit of bug damage on the lowers. Giving our ladybugs something to do. So I did some research, and it's hard to know exactly But the evolution of the commercial environment and spraying plants in flower has seemed to kind of come from the 2016 to 2018 area. The large rise of the concentrates, large contaminations were taking over facilities, and xerotol was the only thing that could be used to somewhat combat it. So that's what was being used, still used to this day. And since that kind of started the habit and making it okay to spray something in flower, other chemical companies have followed suit. And I'll say xerotol is zero residue, but I will say nothing else is zero residue, even if it claims it. It just has to be particles on there of what's in there, and oils and stuff like neem oils. There was a commercial facility that got busted for federally illegal pesticide, but the neem that was OMRI listed was contaminated with it from a different country, so that's no good. Like soybeans are all sprayed with glyphosates. That's no good. Bugs just proliferate everywhere. So unless you can make it yourself, you gotta question what's in there. Working on getting a mass spectrometer to uncover what's really in these products. Go from there. There's just a lot to consider. I've measured residues with the Josh's wash, and with a gallon of water and a pound of material, getting about like 0.15 to 0.2 EC from like 3.0 to 3.5 EC sprayed once a week or more. It's pretty negligible. Potash is what would be left, and that's already in the bowl when you smoke from the plant residue and the potassium and all that's in your plant matter. It is something I'm looking at. The thing is here, we really got to be on top of our washes. Like yesterday I was telling you about, it's nerve-wracking about what to do. Like this lemon Jeffrey here hasn't been washed for a while. The other room hasn't been washed for a while either, just the younger ones, because the original issue was powdery mildew. And now that we have these wonderful little beneficial insects, they have got it to the point where washes are not necessary past a certain point. And that is ideal. That's like back to homegrown. Because a regular commercial IPM is 3 times a week. Think of the labor on that. Having to suit up every time, the chemicals you're exposed to. No bueno. So I'll take a little bit of potash residue and once a week washes for now. It's really all natural. It's amazing. Like one of our viewers, shout out to AJ, he used the wash. He uses it in conjunction with Lost Coast, and that's in veg. I don't think he has much need to use anything in flower now. He had a powdery mildew outbreak and used the wash to eliminate it and control it, then has used the wash and Lost Coast to prevent it on his younger crops. He did a full clean on his grow environment and the surrounding area with the chlorine dioxide. Got the entire area cleaned up. And pretty excited to say for him and the community that he's proven that powdery mildew has not come back, and he has said that he slacks in his IPM now. And as home growers, that is what we want to hear. So I'll let him tell you who he is if he wants to. Huge shout out. His garden's looking awesome all the time. He's got it dialed in. Really intelligent grower. Frickin' really happy to have you around. So the truth is, for us, like when we don't wash for a week, it can be concerning. The jug dealers have talked about like knowing that your crop is likely to get like yeast or mold failures by not doing a preventative is really risky and irresponsible. And he was talking in lieu of the federal laws applicating that say you can't applicate until you see an issue. So circumventing that, this is a foliar. It's a potassium and citric acid foliar, does not need a pesticide license. When the state was here looking at our licenses and saying it's required, it's kind of laughable. Makes me laugh and wonder why I would ever need a license to apply this stuff. I do have quite a few of South Dakota applicator commercial pesticide licenses though. And I don't use labeled pesticides, I just hold the licenses to say I got them. So I can say what I want to say. Like Roundup, don't work any better than salt, soap, and vinegar, I'm telling you. You want to high speed that and make it more environmentally friendly? Go ahead and use some Epsom salt instead of sodium chloride. That's the way to do it with the magnesium sulfate, vinegar, and dish soap. Works freaking awesome. It's about the same price, or I mean, I don't know, it's not cheap. It's not the same price. It might be the same price. Get a concentrate of Roundup, divvy it out with ounces, yada yada. Gallons of vinegar I see are not as cheap as I would like them to be. But possibly if you're brewing some kombucha, there you go. Kombucha is something I've worked with in the past. And I've been lazy. I let my SCOBY go. Got to get back into that. Tell you what, the real talk of the commercial facilities. Pretty sure we're the only pesticide and horticultural oil free facility in the world. My name is Mr. Sparkles, and I have state records for cannabinoids in my blood system. Thank you very much. And if you want to know the truths about that, I let myself get kicked out of the military in 2015, serving for the South Dakota Army National Guard. I didn't like the ethics and morals of what I was seeing. People that had taken an oath, I didn't believe were standing by it. Now today, seeing what we see with these fearless leaders of ours, I don't feel bad about that at all. I know I can go back and probably even get back in if I want, but not if it's ran by people like that. I'm sorry. God bless America. I support our troops because they probably don't know, but got kicked out of the military for smoking the devil's lettuce. I tell you what. So 2015 is when that all happened. 2016 is when I started growing. My sergeant, E7, told me if I kept doing what I was doing, bad things would happen. I stayed true to my ethics and morals, my vision, my dreams, and now I'm here today. So lucky to be checking the pH EC. Got our Mac 1 and 10 Gs here hanging out. Just latent veg. I know it's small, but don't let that fool you. EC is about 1.9. pH creeped up overnight, so got to get that back down to 5.8. These Mac 1 are going to do all right. We didn't plan on running the 10 Gs with the Mac 1. So they are a little bit small, but that'll be all right. We're gonna just veg them out here for another week. And gonna be monsters. This one is one of our highest testers, and it's named extremely appropriately because it gets you super duper high and a little bit on the come up because it's going to get you so high. Tiny bit of a stomach ache for me. Lets me know it's going to be real good. Might be a little bit dry in here. I think that cornering of the leaf, something the Mac does when it's a little bit dry. I've seen it several times. And in here with these new rooms, it's kind of hard to get the humidity bumped up there right away. No humidification. So it takes a minute, especially for running CO2, which we aren't. Kind of been lazy running CO2, just whatevers. There's enough ambient to go around all that. Just really ain't stressing about too much. Things are well under control. Happy with that. This is the Moonbow times Blueberry Train Mac. Little Moonbow here. And the World Philo Taxi Blueberry Train Mac that we got. Do a little breeding project. These plants will be needing tags tomorrow. They're rated 11 inches. 12 inches state requirement for tags, and or in flower. Once a plant's in flower, has to be tagged. So these are in veg, and right there, they have grown up like crazy fast since the 2 days that they've been in here. 2 or 3 days, not much more than that. What is happening? It's Friday, crazy day. Miss To Be Blunt. Freaking hate not starting my Fridays with To Be Blunt podcast. Shout out to Peasy and Jesse over there. Let's see. In here with the 10 Gs. It's growing up fast. About 3 times bigger than when we got them in here a week ago. Not sure if Monday will be the day. I'm thinking might try to let them veg out for 1 more week. Make it worth it. I was in here this morning looking for thrip, and I did not find a single one. I'd just be hard pressed to believe that there aren't any in here. But as far as I could see, despite all the damage and everything, just didn't see anything. Pesticide free, it's worth mentioning. It's crazy. I know some people might be off the insecticides, but still got questions about their fungicide regimens. Powdery mildew just ravishes commercial facilities, and that's how the wash got started. The beneficial insects with the wash, just freaking fantabulous. Like, it's taking the load off like you wouldn't believe. So it's a little bit stressful trying to figure out the mix schedules again, and what are we doing? When's the last time we wash? Is the cultivar gonna make it through? Is it resistant enough to make it through? All that. Never an easy day, but just gotta stay vigilant, stay on top of it. And here's the Not Charlotte's Web. Week day 11 or something. Washed these off 3 times a couple days ago. Was looking for some pests in here, didn't see anything. The thrip freaking love this Not Charlotte's Web like you wouldn't believe. So I really wouldn't bet much that there ain't something in here. Like, there's a real small one. You can see the residue from the silicium. Really shows up with the spots. The wash has a very slight, negligible residue, which just results in potash. I don't like how much thrip damage there are on these leaves. Like there's one. Oh, there's one. Oh yeah, back here. So, when we get our beneficials today, I think I heard Dustin say, I'll be getting them back here. Let's take a look. In front of me here at these Paradise Pine, you can see getting whipped by the fan. Does not like that. Paradise Pine is pretty thrip resistant, so I'd assume that there's less over here, but they're young still. The pest resistance has a lot to do with the sugars in the leaves. Mac one behind me here, not sure what day it's on. I washed my calendar off. Need to look back. It's day 40 or something, getting close. Monday might be day 42. Cody was asking me what in the heck is going on here. I don't know if the camera can quite pick it up, but when your plants get real frosty, they look problematic. Get just the right angle on the leaves, just look like problems. And really contributing to that, just really dialing it in. I spent a year making our charts, and while I was making them, I actually had a hard time following them. Because I was experimenting, doing this and that. But now that they're made, been dialing it in, and overfeeding burns off cannabinoids, to put it simply. Burns off sugars, stops the secondary metabolite processes, burns off your THC, burns off the terps. Not saying that in the right order. Because the THC is derived from the terps, I guess that what they're finding. So less terps, less THC, less cannabinoids. When they're getting fed 2 EC to 2.2, 2.3 EC mid-flower. Day 42 we'll start dropping it down, but definitely add in a ruby feed in between the nutrient feedings. Sometimes I'll take the leftover feed that I have and dilute that down with ruby, then feed that, then the next time feed ruby only, and then hit it with a hard feed again. So, sorry shaking the camera, just can't hold it. Like these lemon Jeffries, very dark green, a little bit too much. I was telling Cody, slightly too much, and that is only because the dry downs have been really dialed in, and that means the nutrient uptake has been more efficient. So as we're just getting more dialed in, just need less. You can see a little bit of a curl on the leaf there, just real. It's fed real good. So, who knows, might give Ruby water the rest of the lemon Jeffrey's life. This room has been tricky because the Mac drinks about half as much and it feeds really hard, so it's probably contributed to the overfeeding here, to be honest with you. Growing different cultivars next to each other presents its own problems. I'm sure you guys in your tents see this. When I was growing in a tent, I'd have all sorts of different fun things happening, and it's not always easy when you got one that doesn't like to drink, you got one that drinks a ton, one that doesn't like to feed, all that. All right, getting ready for our harvest here on Monday. Got the harvest room here, cleaning it top to bottom. Got hypo and the sprayer there. Top to bottom, bottom of the tables, bottom of the chairs, ceiling, wiping everything down. Pretty much got this half clean. Slowly working my way over there. Out here, starting to fill the tub up. We'll show you how decide to filter that. Gonna be a little bit more hygienic on this dunk. Always learning. Learning sucks sometimes. Got the tubs here, rinsing off those pots. We got cocoa blocks in, so not gonna need those pots, but I remember we regretted not cleaning them the last time, so just knocking that out slowly. Of course, making sure to flood the floor. You know how it goes, just getting at it. So, boom. Got this handled, top to bottom, hypochlorous acid. Got that handled. Slowly working on moving the dishes through. Just got done cleaning up a big mess I made, trying to get everything done all at once. A lot of productivity, pretty happy with today. Freaking A's, I tell you what. Just waiting for the ladybugs to get here now. Making sure all the waters are good for the weekend. These water level on this lowered down just a little bit. So this front row in the corners kind of got hammered this morning. The Packy Golds and Moose Bow over here are looking freaking fantabulous though. So pretty happy about that. Got everything topped, rocking and rolling. Bunch of extra clones. I hope Cody's been talking about it. I've just been shell-shocked from taking clones like this. Peat moss working out excellently right now. So just gonna go with that. And the easy cloner. Cleanliness just ain't there for us with the cocoa right now, so we'll just go on to the next one. I appreciate everybody hanging out, getting more into the truthiest of the endless truths. Been pesticide free for over a year and making videos for almost a year. Learning how to have some of these closed door conversations with an open door. So gonna have to stay tuned because we'll be getting more into that. Be opening up the can of worms here slowly. Just wanted to prove ourselves and we've stuck at it. Only commercial facility pesticide free. Like, that's pretty crazy. All right. Ladybugs might have to be in the dispensary overnight. Not sure. Life is pretty demanding, which makes me appreciate you guys being here even more. Wouldn't be here without you guys and gals. Huge shout outs to everybody. Love hanging out with you in the live chats, which haven't been as much lately. Need to get on it. I just finished titling and posting the video here not too long ago for this week. It's July 10th. Happy 7/10, everybody. Late, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. It's the 42nd episode premiering this weekend. I think this will be the 44th. And I didn't know what to title it. It's hard to... It's just the same kind of, same. So this one's gonna get titled properly and try to just get into more truths every week. stuff that people might be afraid to, not afraid, yeah, because it makes them uncomfortable to talk about. So shout out to Guerrero Grows. Talked with them about some of the Charlotte's Web debacles recently. What do you do? Stay tuned, everybody. Until then, we'll see you in the live chats. Alright, let's try this way. Got this guy crawling on me. A little parasitic wasp of some kind. I think I showed this weeks ago, maybe like 20 weeks ago. They look like a fungus gnat from afar. But when you get a good look at them, you can see definitely a wasp. I haven't done any research on it.